Hello and welcome there. Welcome to the channel. It's the first video I've made, so just go easy on me. I'm an Aussie male, 57-year-old. My name is Dale, and it's the first episode of hopefully a long-running series over the next few years on my journey from living in Australia to transitioning to retiring in Thailand. And the video, I guess, channel is basically based on my history with Thailand as a 57-year-old, and also how I become to meeting a beautiful Thai woman, which you'll see in the episodes. I'll sort of slowly go through each one and introduce you to my wife and explain the story. But first of all, the channel is basically targeted towards guys, I guess, anywhere from maybe 35, 40 to up till 70, 80. Doesn't matter. Hopefully it's a wide range. And the reason people like watching my videos because you can sort of actually understand where I've been and my mindset, and the things that I might say to you on a video might make sense. And it's light-hearted stuff. I don't want to get too serious and down about it because life's too short to be sad and miserable. So the channel is basically going to be about positivity and looking at a lot of the good things in life. And even when things are bad, as they have been for me, I've been so low that, we all know that a lot of men get depressed. We go through times in our life where we get hit with things left field that we didn't expect to happen, and some of us get through it, and some of us sadly don't. And unfortunately, there's a lot of guys out there that didn't make it through those dark days like I did, and like many of you guys out there probably are going through right now, or about to go through, or in the process of being in that situation. So hopefully with my channel, it's going to obviously give you guys a little ray of sunshine to know that there is light at the end of the tunnel. And even though you have a one bad stage of life that looks like everything is almost unsalvageable, it actually is. And I'll go through those things as we go through each video. But today anyway, I just wanted to introduce myself. As I said, my name's Dale. I'm 57. I was divorced at the age of around 45. It's about 12 years ago. And I went through a process of basically being down and out and depressed, and also probably, that stage where I guess you could say almost suicidal for a short time. And I got through that. Don't ask me how I got through. I was probably very bit lucky, I guess. Also having 3 beautiful children from my other marriage also gave me that will to want to continue on and not take the easy way out and call it a day. So, but I can imagine how easy it is for some people to think like that. But trust me, my story and my videos will hopefully save someone's life in the future. And if I can save someone's life by just injecting a little bit of positivity and hope into your day, then mate, this whole YouTube channel has been worth it. And don't get me emotional because I think a lot of the content I'm going to talk about in many videos will sometimes be a bit emotional, and it does bring tears to the eye when I remember going back to the dark days of being thrown on the scrap heap and told you're no good anymore, and finding yourself single without any noise in the house, living in a new place on your own with nothing but the refrigerator running and the sound of mice running behind the refrigerator, which ends up becoming your best friend. And I'll tell a story about my mouse in the future of me living alone with just nothing but a mouse who was the enemy that turned out to become something I learned a lesson from. But that's another story down the track. But anyway, first of all, I just want to say thank you for watching the video. I hope you please do subscribe, and please, if you like the like button, I know it's only your first video, so just hang in there. I'm learning to edit and learning to do a lot of fancy stuff that I'll probably put in the videos as we go. But as someone once said, mate, there is no better time to start a channel than to just throw yourself in the deep end. As embarrassing as you might feel the first video can be, just go for it, because at the end of the day, someone out there is going to actually connect with your personality and actually enjoy the content that you deliver. And you're going to become a part of people's lives in the future, I guess, because we have this connection with the experiences that you guys are going through, and maybe what I've also been through. And hopefully, as I said, my lessons that I've learned and my mistakes combined can help maybe save someone's life or inspire you guys to become a little bit like myself. And I guess my channel is going to be based on guys that end up probably maybe living in Thailand. You may not be living in Thailand right now. You might be living in the UK. You might be living in America. It could be anywhere. And you come across my channel by accidental for the first time. But in the future, I hope that, but you're watching it because we talk about certain subjects, and obviously myself, I'm 57, but I feel like, I actually feel like I'm actually like a 23-year-old, and that's another part of my journey, which is coming from a father that had no time for looking after himself to then finding himself in a situation of being depressed and lonely and nothing to do at night. No chores, no responsibilities, just being single and depressed. Yeah, so the channel itself basically is going to be targeted towards guys, probably maybe I guess in their midlife sort of situation, for anywhere from 35 if you happen to get over to Thailand early enough at a young age, 35 to maybe 80, depending on how energetic you are as a male. But anyway, I guess my story will be basically based on mindset and also turning your health into an asset that becomes the greatest asset you own. It doesn't matter how rich some of you guys out there are. I lost everything in my life financially, ended up basically being stuck with nothing and starting from zero again at the age of 43. But what I did learn was along the way is it doesn't matter how much money you guys out there have, how much wealth you've created. If you're sitting there right now and you're obese or you're overweight or you're drinking or you're smoking and you're doing all the wrong things, you might as well end up having nothing in the bank account, because the only asset you really want to own at the end of the day is your body. And I guess I learnt that at being single and being divorced and sitting alone on the scrap heap, being depressed and feeling bad about myself and losing all of my self-confidence and mojo had gone. I reinvented myself by basically finding myself, in a way, ending up at the gym, and walking through that door changed my life. And it's a bit like what I thought was the worst thing in my life, which was being divorced and having no money at all, turned out to be the best thing that ever happened to me, because it actually reinvented me as a male and as a man, as a dad, as a father, as a friend, as a son, just as a person. I felt more motivated. All of a sudden I started to work on making myself better physically, aesthetically also, when it comes to dating women and getting back in the scene again after you've been feeling like you've been thrown in that scrap heap and you're not good enough for anyone. And at that time you do feel like that. So my story and the way I went about it and the way I found fitness and health is a miracle on its own. But it's one thing that I could just definitely pass on to a lot of you guys who might be looking for a little bit of guidance or motivation to get into the gym. And even if it's not the gym, walk around the block, put some headphones on, listen to some positive stuff, get some anything to do with positive mindset, some audio books, whatever. Start listening to things that make you feel energetic and positive and happy, and get yourself out of that dark zone you're in. And the only way you're going to do that is get help. And if that helps from people like me that project videos like this and give you guys some help and some support, I'm so happy to do that, because I guess that's what my channel is about. But it's also about the next stage is getting yourself healthy, getting your mindset straight. And then if you are one of them males around the world there that's looking to go to Thailand or Vietnam or Cambodia or Philippines or anywhere in the world to meet a woman, I can give you a bit of my advice and my opinions and my knowledge on what to do in going over there and how I managed to find myself an amazing, magnificent Thai woman. And there is a lot of these Asian women out there that are absolutely amazing, but there's also a lot out there that are absolutely tragically, disastrously toxic and scammers. And we all know on the internet, by now, most people should know that, that's what happens when you go over to Asia, to a poor country, and you end up going over there as a wealthy Westerner, and the minute you get off the plane, you look like Tom Cruise to them, whereas over here, your value is very low. So we'll talk about that as well, but that's part of my channel, is basically living in Australia now with a beautiful Thai woman, how I met her, how I transformed from being a divorcee on the scrap heap to being a positive, happy guy today, and starting a channel, as well as, living life with my beautiful wife, Nisha, and her daughter who lives with us as well. But yeah, I'll unroll that as we go in each video. But at the moment, just to let them know, the mindset of the channel is connection with you guys out there to give you guys some support, just in general, good health in general and mental status. But also, if you guys are also looking at struggling a little bit on your own, and how can I find a woman, and what do you suggest in the way of Asian women? How do I go about it? Where do I find them? What do I do? What are the do's and don'ts? What are the rights and wrongs? I can talk about that for episode after episode, but I do want to actually just start with the basic side of it today, and hopefully you can subscribe once again to this channel. And if you like the video, please like it, and I hope you look forward to more future videos with topics that are going to interest you in many ways. So thanks, and bye for now.